most convenient. Another destination we were bound for is not far from here.
Efficiency is not the only factor worthy of consideration.
This might be worth a read.
Shall we take a closer look?
Let's see. Where to next? It's been a hot day.
I've just recalled a little tidbit I heard from the locals.
Regarding the Vermundian military, yes?
Indeed. Tell is, there's been a shift in the chain of command.
Lots to do.
Pray, follow me.
The rules at your What a waste.
Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
No harm in picking a few. Here we are.
If that is your destination,
You are the Arisen, yes? The captain gave me your description. Follow me!
There are few places.
It is best you move along. Should one of the other guards spy you, I will be forced to play my part. Pray, be cautious, Your Majesty.
Who's there? Pray, keep your voice low. Twouldn't be good for either of us if someone was summoned to come check on me. Could it be that you have come to bring Mother's schemes to light? I am Sven, the son of Queen Regent Disa. Mother has been acting rather strangely of late. I thought to investigate the matter whilst she was away. I gather 'tis the same for you. I can't imagine what else would have summoned you here. My word! You mean to say that you are the true Arisen? That the Sovereign currently residing in the palace is a pretender? Could Mother have had a hand in that as well?
Regent Kin Sven appears to be missing from his chambers.
Me? No, sir.
Then start searching, you fool. Should aught befall the Regent Kin, 'tis us who'll answer to her grace.
Forgive me. My absence seems to have made this rather more difficult for us. You ought leave the palace at once. This room turned up little of interest. But I've a mind to look into this further. I shall send word to Captain Brandt if I discover aught you should know. I'll head out first and speak with the Sentinels. Use that opportunity to make good your escape.
I quite like it.
There's a ladder here.
Oh, excellent find.
I will use this opportunity to gather my strength.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. How fared your mission? Was there aught suspicious to be found in the Queen Regent's office? This scrap. 'Twas part of a letter, and from Batal no less. This alone can prove little, but 'tis clear that Deeza's schemes run deep. To think, Deeza's actions have weighed even on the mind of her own son. 'Tis a surprise, but a welcome one. If Regent King Sven is willing to aid us by drawing Deeza's focus, you have done well, Your Majesty. Though I am limited in the aid I'm able to offer, I bid you, take this.
Queen Regent Deeza appears to be working in concert with this Phases fella. But what precisely is the...
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. Of all those who serve the Queen Regent, there is but one who I have no doubt will lend his support to your Majesty's cause. I refer to Waldar, a magistrate. Many a time has Deeza demanded Waldar amend the Code of Vermont to her own benefit, and many a time has the magistrate refused her, for he is loyal to none but the spirit of the law. As a result, he now sits in a cell beneath the palace. Our laws dictate that your Majesty is our rightful ruler. Thus, as the staunchest supporter of the law known to the palace, I'm quite confident that Waldor will be willing to vouch for your Majesty. What say you? Might you be willing to aid me in arranging the magistrate's release? I prepared a means for you to enter the palace dungeons. This mission demands the utmost secrecy. Prithee be cautious, Your Majesty. Should you be discovered, I will be unable to lend aught in the way of aid.
My pack's grown rather heavy.
If you feel overburdened, mayhap I could carry some things for you.
Let them try and stop me.
Such peace. Our soldiers need better strength. Such quiet chisels of this hillside.
So, you've come. Captain Brant bade me allow you passage.
Have you come to release Nahar? Or have you proof? Ah, they say the Arisen's breast bears a wound akin to the dragon's claw. By that mark, 'twould seem 'tis true. This reminds me of a happening 148 years ago. During the reign of Regent Alphonse, a man named Crusoe appeared and claimed to be Arisen. He went before the people, insisting that he, and not Regent Alphonse, was the true Arisen, the one fit to lead them as their ruler. And what befell him, you ask? Ha! Crusoe was discovered to be a liar, whereupon his head was liberated from his shoulders on the spot. Aye, I dare say your arrival portends another beheading, but whose will it be? Escape? Here, I spend my days perusing the code and deciphering old texts. I can devote all my time to my own interests, and I need not turn my ear to Deesa's absurd demands. 'Tis a paradise to me, this cell. That said, if you know of a place with a mountain of tomes I could delve into, I might rethink the matter. Tell me, does that ring any bells? I suspected as much. Then we are done here. Leave me be. Well, I suspected as much. Then we are... Well, I suspected as much.
What's this? Come to admire my sculptures, have you? Ho, ho! To think my eminence as a collector would reach in the ears of the arisen. If only my collection were complete, I'd fain allow you to inspect it. Alas, the sculpture that I commissioned to be its centerpiece is yet to arrive, and 'twould wound my pride to have you behold my collection ere 'tis made whole. If your curiosity shall not be denied, however, mayhap you'd consider paying a visit to the sculptor in my stead. The man's home is located in Batar. You need only tell him that I eagerly await the sculpture's completion.
Let us speak with everyone we can think of who might know aught of use. A treasure chest. Shall we see if we can't make our way over to it?
Might as well take a look while you're here, eh?
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
We ought to put it to good use.
There is little point in my leading the way if we haven't got what we require to hand.
Pray, allow me to open yon chest.
Might as well take a look. What? While you're here, eh? Stop by again soon. Might as well while you're here, eh?
Very well. I shall return.
You're a welcome sight, Arisen. As ox carts make for relatively safer travel.
Fewer monsters are to be found in the main road, though carts travel only by the sun's light.
This ox cart will not take you anywhere till I've had my due. Lots to do. How precious little time.
We are none of us alike in vocation.
Our respective abilities are unique as well.
Let us utilize our individual strengths wherever possible.
You'll have to excuse me. I have a job to attend to.
Greetings. You are the Arisen, are you not? Tell is you travel quite a bit. Tell me, in your comings and goings, did you happen to encounter a man by the name of Offul? He seems to have vanished while in possession of a treasure known as the Jadeite Orb. My fellow merchants are scouring the city for him as we speak, but have had no luck as yet. And if I may be candid, our primary concern is not the merchant, but rather the orb. 'Tis an item of precious importance to myself and my partners, you see. I must see it reclaimed, post-haste, and in my hour of need, who should wander by but the good Arisen? What say you, sir? Would you be so kind as to seek out the Jadeite Orb on my behalf? You will be rewarded handsomely for your service. Of that I can assure you.
Sirs Offul and Everard each seek the Jadeite Orb. To whom ought we to grant it? Assuming we find the thing at all.
I shall stand by you, Master, whatever you decide.
Well, if you think me a liar, then buy something and see the truth for yourself. Ah, I see you desire one of my masterpieces. Very well. I shall have your order crafted in good time. A little patience is all I ask. Hope to see you again.
The Jadeite Orb is safely in hand.
Must hold out till someone comes to relieve me.
Welcome. If you think me a liar, then buy. The creation of a masterpiece takes time, sir. Pray to the creation of a masterpiece takes time. Many thanks to you.
There's no easy thing. Making a living as a soldier.
So, how goes it? Did you manage to retrieve the Jadeite Orb? Very well. Pray continue yourself.
Welcome. If you think me a liar, then buy some. The item you requested is complete. Here you are, sir. Use it well. Hope to see you again.
You might say that the purpose of a forgery is limited only by one's own imagination.
So, how goes it? Did you manage to retrieve the Jadeite Orb? Ah, splendid. You've my thanks. Before we discuss your reward, however, there is one final matter to which we must attend. You see, in my line of work, trust is paramount, and so we shall go to verify the orb's authenticity together. Come, I trust old Ibrahim's eye most of all. Let us pay a visit to his little scrap store.
Follow my lead.
Not much has changed since I was a girl.
Good day, Ibrahim. Would you be so kind as to examine this jadeite orb? Now, I have a bit of business to attend to while he performs his appraisal. I ask that you await my return here. He ought to be finished by now. Come, let us go see. You have done your title proud, Arisen. This jadeite orb is indeed the genuine article. My partners shall be most relieved to hear of its return. You have certainly earned your reward. I trust you will find it satisfactory, and I do hope you will permit me to call upon you again, should aught arise.
I have been waiting for you, Arisen.
There you are! Pray, tell me, have you found the jadeite orb? Oh, thank you, thank you! Now my freedom is assured. Pray, take this. I know 'tisn't much, but I've naught else to offer. Right, I'd best get going. Sir, though we may ne'er meet again, know that I shall remember this kindness as long as I live. Farewell.
I fear we have done Sir Opal an unkindness. May he find the strength to weather his troubles.
A cheerless outcome for all involved.
Sir Fulton, the artist whose service Sir Clark commissioned, is a residing in Batal. Shall we go and meet with him?
This ox cart's bound. I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
This journey will be a long one. What say we employ an ox cart and save our feet the blisters?
A most agreeable suggestion. Of course, the Arisen shall have the final say in the matter.
What
Freshly rested as we are, this battle ought to be in our favor.
We must not let down our guard.
Got me cornered? You just wait. Tired.
Then I shall remain by your side.
That looks promising. Any ideas as to how we might reach it?
Good tidings, friend. How have you been keeping? As for me, I made the most of my week-long sojourn. One might even say I enjoyed myself overmuch. You see, I grew so fond of the destination my feet carried me off to, methinks I should like to live there. And that's when I thought, mayhap you've grown just as fond of this dwelling. Fond enough to purchase it from me? I can't just give it to you, mind. I've my relocation costs to consider, but I'd sell it to you cheap as I can afford. Well, friend, what say you? Much obliged, friend. I hope you're as pleased with our deal as I am. This little dwelling's all yours now. Suppose I'd best be off. I've my own home to get to. I hope you'll be happy here, friend. Farewell.
There's a ladder here.
Ah, excellent find.
Why, you there? Your presence is requested at the tavern this evening. Who's the one requesting? I didn't ask. 'Tis none of my concern. The fellow said aught about the usual place.
Over here, if you please.
Good tidings, sir. How fares your retrieval of those plundered weapons? Will that be all, then? Let me see. What else can I tell you about?
Always a pleasure.
Welcome to. We serve all manner of fine ales here. Come back any time.
Greetings, Your Majesty. Have you a moment? There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. I bear word from Regent Ken Sven, Your Majesty. He espied the delivery of a suspicious package to a man named Allard, a minister who happens to be one of the Queen Regent's staunchest and most powerful allies in the palace. From the pains he took to remain unseen, 'tis plain that Allard wished this delivery kept away from prying eyes. That alone is reason to suspect a connection to Deeza's schemes. We must get to the bottom of it. The Regent Kin intends to call Allard to his chambers come nightfall. He bids you to use this opportunity to search the minister's chambers and see if there's aught to be learned. What say you, Your Majesty? Are you willing to undertake this task? I shall ensure that the door to the minister's chambers is open between midnight and dawn. Pray, use that time to infiltrate and uncover aught worthy of suspicion.
We have been entrusted with a task. Let us approach it with all due care.
'Twould seem we've a need to visit the palace. Shall we make for Burnworth Palace? Let us make for the palace, that ye might investigate Minister Allard's chambers. I dare not enter the palace, but I would fain escort you to the castle entrance.
We're in your hands, sir. Much obliged.
We shall await you here, Mark.
You are the Arisen. Follow me. Tis best you move along. Should one of the other guards espy you, I will be forced to play my part. Pray, be cautious, Your Majesty.
This is quite a quandary.
I wish the minister would be more careful. He takes the sentinel posted outside his chambers with him everywhere.
I would not presume to know, my lord. However, it must be a highly sensitive matter for the Regent Kin to request a private audience.
Or perhaps the boy has finally grown wise to the benefits my favor can bring. He might just be his mother's puppet, but at least he knows what's good for him.
My lord, if someone were to overhear...
Oh, unring your hands, you fool! As if anyone in this palace would dare say a word against me now. If Wilhelmina calls, tell her to await me in my chambers. I will return presently.
Surely none more important than this. I speak of the ascension of the Sovereign.
Indeed. But that, Your Grace, would be better discussed in the presence of your mother. What are you doing in here? I don't recognize you. Guards, seize the intruder.
This
It seems you've made a discovery regarding the false sovereign.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
We ought to put it to good use.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. I know this sigil well. 'Tis the crest of the neighboring country of Batal, a land with which Vermin has no official dealings at present. Let me see. It reads, "True to our word, we offer you the power of the Godsway. Pray make haste in securing Melv, that all might be made ready ere our plans are set in motion." A meager clue, to be certain, though 'tis clear that the Queen Regent conspires with Batal. This does not bode well at all, though the political situation is stable at present. Much blood has been spilled between Vermund and his neighbor in the past. I fear such a partnership would only portend the drawing of more. At any rate, 'twould seem our search has led us to only more questions. Chief among them, what is meant by securing Melv and this Godsway? I will investigate these matters as best I can. In the interim, Your Majesty, should you have time to spare, might you make for Melv? Only once we have gleaned a fragment of the Queen Regent's plot can we begin to thwart it. And ere it slips my mind, pray, take this. Perchance it will help speed you on your way to Melv.
Phasus. Now there's a name to remember.
Might we not complete our delivery while we're here?
We ought to make the delivery now, lest it should end up lost or misplaced.
Right you are. With this, the weapons we sought are all accounted for. Shall we present them to Sir Klaus? I believe I can guide you to the person in question.
We're in your hands, sir. Much obliged.
This ox... I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due.
What ought I to do?
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier.
Walking everywhere.
Into my head.
Bolts or not?
Hurry, everyone! Get yourselves to safety!
You go with them. I'll stand. There you are. You bring the share and my home.
The Hittin the Sub Button. Cannot expect me to. Let me your
going.
Show yourself. 'Twas a lesson in determination. Somehow I knew you'd come. You have my gratitude as well, sir.
Ulrika, glad I am to see you unharmed. You must return to the village. Everyone is concerned for you.
Forgive me. I'd best go. But I shan't forget this. Thank you. Truly.
I'll pick that up. We might have need of it.
Well met.
Pleasure doing business with you.
No purchases to be made today, I see. I just hope the shopkeep understands.
The Arisen is ever prudent in the application of coin.